High Rock is a very unique location from the rocky canyons of Rivenspire to the rolling hills of Glenumbra. Hammerfell is also a unique location from the great Alakir Desert to the rocky mountains of Craglorn. What do these two provinces have in common? Well, first they are both situated right next to each other, and together they have some amazing creatures that inhabit their province. And what is up guys, Andrew from the Denmen here, and today I want to take a look at the creatures of both High Rock and Hammerfell that we could be seeing in the Elder Scrolls 6. There's a lot that we could be seeing, so if you are excited, make sure you hit that like button and comment what you would want to see from the creatures in TES 6. With that being said, we have a lot to go over, so get comfy, grab that bottle of Hunting Brew mead, and let's get right into the video. The region itself has many different creatures that give High Rock a magical feel and very medieval. A good thing to know is that most of the creatures that inhabit the province have not been seen in any other Elder Scrolls game, so that is a major plus as well. I mean, you do still have your normal animals like bears, wolves, deer, and mud crabs, but you also have creatures that are native to this province and are very intriguing. For example, centaurs roam the lands of High Rock and are semi-intelligent humanoids which possess the body of a horse. We haven't seen them in an Elder Scrolls game since Daggerfall, and encountering them could land great dialogue options, and they are also known to be superb in battle, so expect them to be challenging foes as well. Camels can also be found on the border between High Rock and Hammerfell, but are very rare. I think it would be great if you were able to ride camels so you're not just riding horses all the time. Saber-toothed tigers are also considered to be very rare in High Rock and are a sign of nobility within the province. You can find harpies within the mountainous regions where there are rocky cliffs, and the best way I can describe them is they have feminine features with bird wings. Dragonlings also exist in the province, but don't get them confused with dragons because even though they breathe fire, they're not related at all. Don't venture too far within fens or swamps because you do not want to encounter a hag who will use nature-based magic to subdue and corrupt you. Then there are the tree spirits, also known as Spriggans, which are defenders of nature and will attack you on sight if you try to harm its wildlife. Lurchers are also Spriggans that have been cursed and corrupted by dark magic and can be found throughout the province. Remember those big guys who would launch you with one strong swing? Yeah, well, giants have been known to be seen in the mountain and snowy regions of both High Rock and Skyrim and can be found herding their mammoths. Very similar to giants, ogres are large brutish creatures in nature and known to be very dim-witted humanoids, but that doesn't mean you want to cross their path because you will likely not escape. Giant bats and scorpions can be found inhabiting the region of Rivenspire due to its mountainous and jagged rock formations. Giant snakes, on the other hand, can be found in the shallow swamps of High Rock but are rarely seen on dry land. The Tus Eshatare are found mostly in the region of Hrothgar and carry the valuables of the Orcish people. Again, I would like to see a variety of animals that are able to be ridden, so the Eshatare is definitely an option here. Nereids are mer-like in nature but also have feminine body features. They can mostly be found near water and are known to be adept in water magic, an obscure magic that not many mages have knowledge of. The nymphs of High Rock are very rare and known to be female, however shy they are thought to be one of the most brilliant species in Tamriel. The undead of the province are very expansive and also very diverse. First we have the specters, which are basically ghosts that are classified as undead spirits, and you will no doubt encounter them in this game. The liches are powerful necromancers who are immortal and head large armies of the undead. Then there are the wraiths, who are undead creatures which stalk the graveyards and tombs of High Rock, so it will give the game a more haunting vibe. You also have your basic undead, which include skeletons, mummies, zombies, and of course vampires. As you can see, the undead in High Rock is not lacking, so that also means that we would be able to conjure them, and that is a major plus. The lycanthrope of High Rock probably has the most potential than any other province because of how much there are. If you are able to be one or more of them, then there are actually a lot of options to choose from. First, you have your basic lycanthrope, a werewolf, which are the spawn of Hircine and are the most common that you can find in Tamriel. They can be found during the Companion's questline within Skyrim, and I don't expect them to change that much in the next game. Werebears are also known to inhabit the regions of Skyrim, Solstheim, and High Rock, but not much is known about them. You do, however, encounter one on your trip to Solstheim in the Elder Scrolls 5 during the Dragonborn DLC. I would like to see them return, but on a bigger scale this time, maybe even being able to play as one. Wereboars are unique to High Rock and Hammerfell and are very rare. The only way one can become a wereboar is to become infected by another wereboar. With the game set in High Rock, you will no doubt be able to experience seeing or even becoming a wereboar with how excluded they are. Our last lycanthrope is basically a myth at best because there are no real accounts of it ever existing. Weresharks are said to roam the seas of Tamriel, but may not even be real, even though according to Maik the Liar, they do exist, and as we all know, he never lies. If they are real, then it is very possible they make an appearance, with most of High Rock being surrounded by water. The creatures of High Rock are very magical and highly different from one another. It would be very fun to experience High Rock and its unique characters. Alright, we went over all the creatures we could be seeing for High Rock. Now let's discuss its counterpart of Hammerfell. The dry and arid lands of the province are home to many fierce creatures, so let's talk about what we could be seeing from them in the Elder Scrolls 6. First one up is a staple of the desert environment with the Dune Ripper. They are large carnivorous creatures that ambush their prey from the sands below. They can grow to the size of 3 horses, and when traveling the Alakir Desert, always keep an eye out for a fin in the ground, because that's when the Dune Ripper will begin its attack. Camels are known to travel the province and are basically the horses of Hammerfell. It would be interesting to see if we would be able to ride them in a game set in the dunes of Hammerfell. Assassin beetles can be found throughout the Alakir Desert and were once house pets of the Yokudan Empire. Now these bugs grow to monstrous sizes and should be steered clear from now on. Giant scorpions are also inhabitants of Hammerfell with paralyzing stings. These creatures should be given great caution to avoid an untimely demise. You will also find a few normal animals scattered throughout the area, from lions, crocodiles, jackals, and foxes, with them adapted to the extreme heat of the desert environment. Farther north in the Bankarai region, there are giant wasp and lamias. Giant wasps are much larger than the normal ones you will find throughout Tamriel and are more aggressive. They are known to sting anything that doesn't smell like them, and their outer shell is said to be very durable. Lamias are serpent-like beast folk that can be found throughout caves and abandoned ruins in the Fallen Waste. With the tail of a snake and the torso of a female, do not mistake them to be friendly just from them being able to speak Tamrielic, because they are known to be quite vicious. In cooler climates such as Craglorn, you will find many different types of creatures, including Welwa and Daggerbacks. The Welwa are large, 4-eyed beasts that hunt in packs. In the past, orcs domesticated them and used them as war beasts. Similar to the Dune Rippers in the Alakir, Dune Racers can be found in the Craglorn region. Dune Racers have more of a scaly back compared to its relative and are known to be very aggressive. Daggerbacks are boar-like creatures with quills found on their backs. At times, they can be quite aggressive, but mostly stick to themselves unless provoked. Fell runners are flightless birds found throughout Hammerfell and are found in the desert regions. They are harmless, and because of that are often hunted by the Redguard nomads. Closer to the western border, you will find many reptilian creatures like the Claw Runner and Bounder. Claw Runners are relatives with both Wickeders and Bounders and are said to have the ability to paralyze its opponents. Bounders are similar to the other reptilian creatures of the area, with armor scales lining its back for protection against attack. Then there are also worm mouths, which are related to Guars and Alets and are native to Hammerfell. They have large mouths and 2 legs, which make it look like they are just a mouth on legs. There are also Wickeders, which look very similar to its relatives like the Claw Runner and Bounder. For some reason though, the area around its mouth resembles that of a smiling face. As you can see, there are a lot of different creatures that we could be seeing in both High Rock and Hammerfell. The variety here would be next to none, because the difference in the provinces themselves gives way to some amazing potential for the creatures. There are also varieties of different species that could make an appearance that would make the Elder Scrolls 6 even better. We could be seeing a lot of distinct things happen, and hopefully Bethesda takes a deep look into the creatures of the province, because it could be some of the best we have ever seen. But that is all for me now though, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment any videos you want to see in the future, and I'll see you all next time.